The third phase of the development cycle is the design phase. This by far is the most fun of all the phases. It's really enjoyable, especially if you're a visually inclined person. You're going to figure out the color scheme. So you're going to pick colors. And you usually define these in hexadecimal or hex in HTML. You're going to check in on the brand identity or logo. Does the client have a logo? If so, you can use theirs. If they don't, you get to design one. The main thing you want to remember about logos is get them from the client in vector format. That's Adobe Illustrator with a file type of a .ai. You want definitely to get logos in vector because you can resize vector graphics without degrading the visual content or quality of the image. If you're working with a Photoshop document or a bitmap, you're going to get a lower quality image, especially if you start trying to change the size of that image. So you want to get a logo or create the logo in a vector graphic format. Typography. That's the fonts on the page. I try and use about 3 font families max on any one website design. So 3 font families. Otherwise, if you use a bunch of different fonts, it starts to look like what I call ransom note design. So pick 3 really good font families for a design for a website and stick to that. Create content. First off, you want to work as a team if you can building websites, and you want different specialists creating different type of content. So you'd want to create your text content. You want a technical writer or somebody like that doing that type of content. You'll do your images. You can do your multimedia. And that can be either video, audio, or you can also have animation. So definitely create the content during the design phase. After you've created the content, you want to create visual mock-ups of web pages. These are not programmed in HTML. That takes a lot of time to set up. You want to set up visual mock-ups to get client approval. So you'll set up things like Photoshop or other visual programs. Don't program your mock-ups. After you get your mock-ups done, you definitely need to get your client approval before you move forward and get some signed document. Whenever you need client approval, don't get an okay over the phone. Either get a paper document signed saying they approve of this step so you can move on, or get an email sent from the client stating that they've looked at this phase of the project and they approve of it. Always get client approval at key points in the project so you don't guess and have to redo work. So after the client approves the visual mock-ups, these look just like what the web page should look like on screen. You'll then begin to code page templates. That's not every page in a website. What you'll do is you'll set up pages for different levels of the website. So let's say you have the home page here, then you have sub-pages at this level, and then you have a third level down here. So this could be like the home page. This could be like, if it's an auto website, this can be like cars, trucks, and this could be electric vehicles. And then under the third level would be the type, each type of vehicle. So you'd have the different models of the electric vehicles. So when you code your templates, you'll just be coding one of these, and one of these. And when you code your templates, you'll be working with your HTML, your CSS. You could be doing some JavaScript, not required for this class. So after you code them, you then want to upload them to a server and test them. So you're going to FTP to a live server. Yet it needs to be a development server. Don't FTP to your client's live web server. One, you may overwrite their current site, and two, I don't give my client my actual code until they've paid me in full at the end of the development cycle. So I have my own development circle that I build on internally, test on internally, and then I move it to the live server when we go to the launch phase. But right now, you'll just test on your internal development server. It's a live server, but it's not one the client has access to. After you test your pages, you do UX testing. You get users and you put them in front of a couple of computers that have the live website on them. You then give them a list of tasks to accomplish, and there's software out there that can track what they do and how long it takes them to do it. So you want to test if they can accomplish the goals of the website off of your templates. So that's the design phase. The design phase is the look and feel of website.